What's next for the Bitcoin price? Also, a dangerous amount of leverage is building up on Solana. We also have Cardano news, Dave Portnoy launching another meme coin news.
You fools who haven't realized what I'm trying to do.
Watch today's entire video so you have an edge investing in crypto. And checking back in on Bitcoin today, we can see price is still range bound in this tight consolidation. We are hitting the upper band of the demand zone. Every other time in the last 3 months that the Bitcoin price dipped down into this low $90,000 demand zone, price got bought up, meaning this was the price that buyers were willing to step in. But keep in mind, this just happened. Pro-Bitcoin Howard Lutnick has been confirmed as the new U.S. Secretary of Commerce. We all know he owns hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin.
I have hundreds of millions of dollars exposure to Bitcoin, and it will be billions.
But I need to share with you this, that our new U.S. Secretary of Commerce sends a bold message to Bitcoin holders explaining why Bitcoin's price, in his opinion, is going much higher in the next 5 years.
I guess the easiest way to get a clear view of where Bitcoin is going over the next 5 years is take a look at the last 5. Right? The last 5, Bitcoin has been an outsider in the finance business, but coming closer and closer and closer. Right now, there's an ETF just starting to go a little bit mainstream, maybe a toe in the water of mainstream, but banks still can't clear it. Banks still can't transact in it. Banks still can't custodian it. Banks still won't transact in it, and they won't finance it yet.
Right now, today, it's a paradigm shift. The SEC chair, the Treasury Secretary, the Commerce Secretary, the new CFTC chair. And think about how the traditional banking system is about to change for us.
Right now, today, right? If a bank were to hold your Bitcoin, they would have to set aside their own money equal to that amount in sort of like in a jail. I mean, you'd say, well, that's crazy. The answer is, that's why they don't hold it. But if you let them hold it, if the regulatory environment was good, you will see all the traditional financial service companies, the big banks, the big brokerage companies, they're all going to go headfirst into Bitcoin pond. That's what's going to happen, and it's coming. It's a slow, steady process, but eventually there's going to be a CFTC chair who says, you know what, Bitcoin is a financial asset, and we're going to treat it as such. And when that happens...
Also in breaking news, Binance US has officially restored their USD deposits and withdrawals for the first time since 2023. They were essentially cut off due to Operation Choke Point 2.0. The government, the regulators in the US, were not for crypto companies, and they tried to choke them out. This is a signal. And having said all that, my takeaway from this continued range-bound consolidation is twofold. This is healthy in the sense that it allows the moving averages, the technical indicators, to move up to us to a healthier level in price. Right now, we're looking at the 200-day simple moving average. Today, right around $80,000. The longer this consolidates, the more time it allows for all these moving averages to move up to these higher levels. And then thinking about weekly time frames, think about this. Bitcoin has not had 5 red weeks in a row since the bear market. Right now, we're in our 4th week of red. Next week is likely to be up. Doesn't have to be, but if trend continues. But sir, it's trending in the wrong direction. Can I talk to the manager? And this analyst, of course, is referring to the weekly MACD. We see the MACD indicator right now on the weekly trending bearish. All you traders out there, I want to show you how to find these indicators on your own. Number 1, I like trading on exchange partner BitUnix because it has better liquidity, which is important to me. But if we were to go on futures, we're already on the Bitcoin price, and we'll switch this over. It's already on the weekly. We can go to indicators right here. Type in MACD, and yes, we're seeing the same indicators here that are being broadcast all over Twitter. Something to keep in mind that even though MACD is trending lower on the weekly, if we switch this over to the day chart, it is more neutral / potentially heading into green territory. And what about Solana? There's $1.2 billion of shorts that will be liquidated when Solana gets back up above $200. So if Solana can go up by another about $33, billions of shorts will be liquidated, pushing the price higher. So if we get ETF news or FTX creditors, which are getting some of their money back, re-enter into Sol, there will be a short squeeze on Solana. And why are all these shorts happening? Number one, yes, it's a negative sentiment in the market. But two, and this channel reported it to you first, if you follow us on X, link down below, over $2 billion in Solana token unlocks are coming March 1st. In about 10-ish, 11-ish days, there's a Solana unlock. Now the good news is, and if you have a friend that holds Solana, highly recommend you send him this information, him or her. But right now, the percent of unlocks that have already happened, 97% is already out here. Meaning what's coming on March 1st is minuscule compared to the overall supply. Upcoming unlock events, March 1st, in 10 days, there's actually $1.8 billion worth, or 11.2 million SOL, that represents about 2.29%, meaning if everybody sold, if every single person in this $2 billion Solana unlock sold, price would go down about 2 to 3%. And even just to paint more of a picture, we see March 1st, this looks like a giant big unlock that's happening this year. But if we zoom out to all, damn, it's nothing. Most of the unlocks happened in 2021. And if you like Cardano, you'll like this. The constitution for Cardano has officially been approved.
Allow me to be one of the first to congratulate the entire Cardano ecosystem for DREP ratification threshold for the Constitution. The Cardano Constitution replaced the interim Constitution. As of probably Thursday, I believe, we will have a Constitution for Cardano.
So number one, Cardano continues to become more decentralized, meaning the fundamentals for Cardano continue to improve. And number two, how this Cardano Constitution affects you.
And what we proved is, as a completely decentralized organism across the world, we were able to come together, 85%, and the Constitutional Committee came together and they voted to create this, to embed this in the chain. It's a constitution by and for the users of Cardano. Because we've done this, we've now created a proof point for the rest of time that we can do it again. So as we collect all those grievances, as we collect all those issues, as we collect all those things we'd like to improve or add or change over time, we now can update this constitution.
Checking back in on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which reads sentiment in the crypto market. Like online, what is the general sentiment of crypto? And today we're in fear. Yesterday we were in more fear. Last week we were in less fear. Compared to greed last month, which makes sense because price was high. But it's interesting because last time crypto's fear and greed index were in under 40 in this darker orange zone. Any time that happened last year, price, you can see the price back there in that gray line, price was near local bottom. Let's come back to this chart and see how this progresses. What's new with lower cap altcoin LimeWire? Well, end-to-end encryption, now live on LimeWire file sharing. And what this means, this is a major step for secure file sharing. You can block unauthorized access, only you and the recipient can view the files, and built-in security without compromising speed. As we know with LimeWire back in the day, it robbed artists of ownership of their songs. Those songs spread like wildfire, no ownership. Today, LimeWire uses the blockchain to give you ownership of your assets. And growth milestone for crypto game Revenge, which I'm an ambassador for. In case you need reminding, Web3 gaming is inevitable. Here are the top searches last week, with the Revenge crypto game in number 2. So they beat out Block Lords and they beat out Pixelmon, which is very interesting. And if we just look at some of the gameplay.
I told you that I was not a WASD player, okay? I told you my secret. F off! No!
Honestly, comment down below, for you gamers out there, would you play something like this? And even though Revenge by Everreach Labs is in the pre-alpha phase, so it's early, the growth, to me, sort of speaks for itself. So socially, they're a top 25 game on the Epic Games wishlist worldwide. Over 550,000 wallets connected and active users on the Everreach terminal. And then, of course, the pre-alpha metrics, over 500,000 pre-registrations for Revenge the Game access. Over 13,000 monthly active players, etc., etc. As I get more info, I will keep you updated. And in mainstream meme coin news, Dave Portnoy pumps and dumps another Solana meme coin. It was called Greed. And not only did he pump it, he dumped it. Dave Portnoy crashed Greed by 99% within 24 hours, and then launched Greed 2 amid controversies.
Meme coins, they're extractions. That's what they are. Don't pretend you don't fucking know that. You fools who haven't realized what I'm trying to do in this space. As I've said from day fucking one, anytime you enter a meme fucking coin, you know the fucking score. You lazy sitting around with your algorithms and your copy traders and all this shit who don't want to work a real fucking job, and you sit in your fucking underwear trenching, and I like the trenchers. Just don't fucking say you're getting scammed or greed or this, because that's why you're all fucking in it. What do they say? No crying in the casino?
Click subscribe if you've made it this far in today's video. Click the like button to support me, and like always, see you tomorrow.